Hey everyone, I'm Anso. You're in my design studio, and this episode is all about Blade Show Atlanta that just went down. In this episode, I'll tell you about the Blade Show Award we won for the Toco. I'll show you some brand new prototypes, and we launched the ARN. So stick around and follow along. Blade Show Atlanta is the single biggest knife show in the world. This show just passed was my 15th show, not in a row. I think my first show was in 2006, so I missed a few along the way. This time was a first for a couple of reasons. This was the first time that we actually had a booth. This was the first time that I brought my family along with me, which was awesome. And we won a Blade Show Award. So the Blade Show is the industry's biggest show, period. And at the show you can, as a manufacturer, and now that we introduced the Toco, the shop build projects, I consider myself both a knife maker, but also a manufacturer. So I entered the Toco in the best imported folder, and we won the Contender Award for the Toco. This is getting very close to be my proudest moment in my career, really. Winning a Blade Show Award is just the peak, really. This is not the first time, really, that I have been involved in winning Blade Show Awards. With previous collaborations, a kitchen knife project with Viper, a kitchen knife project with MKM, and I believe 4 awards with Giant Mouse knives. I've all been part of winning awards, but this is the first one that I actually get to bring back to my own office and put in here. Winning an award for the Toco would not be possible without my full team. And I wanted to say right here, thank you so much for making this possible. So that had to be the peak of the show for sure. But before all of this went down, this was also the most busy show that we ever had. We were talking non-stop with people even before the show opened. From early morning Friday to late afternoon Sunday. The booth was just packed with people. So if you went by our booth, thank you so much. You all helped making this one of the best experiences at a show, period. Another peak of the show was when Will Hodges from Tactile Turn came by the booth, and he brought these. These are the prototypes for the pen project that I have been working on for years and years, and that Will and I has been working on for, I like to say, almost a year. These are so cool. So there's a version in brass and there's a version in titanium. And these are the culmination of years worth of thinking about a pen project, and then years and months and days working on the design itself. So this one is inspired by all my writing tools that I've been using throughout my career. I've taken goods and bads and then ended up with this. Will Tactile Turn went ahead and actually invested in new machinery and new techniques, and even redesigned one of the mechanisms in order to fit into this slim profile of a pen. You'll see a lot more about this project later on, and if you haven't followed the process so far, there's a couple of episodes, so just go to the account and find them, and you can watch much more about this project. Another highlight of the show was definitely that on Saturday afternoon I had a lecture. Part of the Blade Show University, I had an hour and a half talk about how I work around knife design and just sharing all my experience from the past 25 years in the industry. That was by itself just a huge experience for me, and I really love to share. A lot of what I said in that lecture was some that you could have picked up if you've been following along this channel for the last couple of years. But also I would like to actually go ahead and make a dedicated video where I share some of the pinpoints from that lecture. As it happens, that lecture was actually the best visited lecture at the full show, so I'm quite proud of that as well. Other than all of this, this was just such a pleasant experience for me and my family. All of you guys who came by, you're so kind. Just seeing your reaction to my work. One of Karina's favorite experiences at the show was showing off the Toco to people who have never handled a Toco. And it was especially the flipping action, the smooth flipping action, and the full closed feature of the knife that just impressed people a lot. And Karina doesn't go out to knife shows all that often. This was only her second, actually her third knife show in the US. So her being able to meet all of you guys that she is in contact with by mail, that was a great experience as well. The kids were enjoying the show very much. Rosa Margaret stayed around the booth for the entire show, and she helped sell knives along with Karina, especially when I was out of the booth. Martin, we didn't see him basically for 2 days because he loves to flip balisong trainers, and Blade Show is just such a great venue for meeting like-minded people. So he just enjoyed it so much. One of the highlights for the show was also launching the On. The On is a project that I've been working on for basically a year by now. It's a slip joint flipper, which is new for me. It has some very unique features, but first and foremost, this is just a sleek little gentleman folder. If you've been following along the channel for a while, you have seen, what, 4 or 5 episodes about the Arn, and this is the first time you can actually see the prototype in one of my videos. So the Arn flipping slip joint, but it also has some pretty cool features, and let me demonstrate here. So the clip is ambidextrous, you can flip it around. It sits with one screw into the backspacer. It has inlays. Let me show you what happens when you take out the screw, remove the clip. Now you can actually slide out and replace the inlays. How cool are that? As it happens, I have a different set of inlays here. So take one out, replace it, put the clip back together, and you're rolling. You'll see much more about the Arn in a later episode. We are almost ready to actually officially launch it on the site, but until then, you can enjoy it here. You can enjoy it in our bi-weekly drops. If all goes well, we should have some on Friday, and today is Wednesday the 18th, so that must be Friday the 20th. If you're seeing this video later, maybe it's already on the site, or if not, sign up for the newsletter and stay tuned for all news on the Arn. Just one brief interruption here. In order to celebrate the Blade Show Award for the Toco, we are having a discount code on the website. So this code, Blade25, will take $50 off any order in the web shop. There's a link below, and the code is valid until July 16th. So if you've been on the holdout to get one of the Tocos, this is a very good time to order one. This concludes today's episode on the Blade Show. Maybe you noticed that things looks a little different today than it usually does. It's because I decided that I wanted to take a little more control on the videos. Up until now, this has been a huge planning project for us and a full team shooting the videos and editing the videos. And I felt that I was losing just a little bit of control in the creative process. So at least for a while now, I would like to try and do everything myself. So please let me know in the comments how you liked it. Does it matter to you if the production quality is lower? I'll do my best, that's for sure, and I will keep on learning. One of the things that I mentioned in my Blade Show seminar was that if you want to be good at something, you have to accept to suck at it at a point. And I certainly accept that I will be sucking at shooting my own videos. But please let me know what you think. Hit subscribe, hit a comment, I will answer everything. Sign up for my newsletters and all that. And until next time, see you later.